Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have another amazing show for you guys. Every week we do a weekly update, and that is today. So we're gonna dig right into it. We have so much, guys, so much to talk about today. We got the Unisat Swap live. It is live, guys. Finally waited so long, and it is live. We're gonna dig deep into that. Track holders getting the tap airdrop. This is huge. If you hold track, you're going to get the tap airdrop, guys. This is huge because tap is going to be the governance token for the pipe protocol, and the pipe protocol is on fire. Bison is building for it, and it's crazy. I'm on a mission to get Gary Vee into Ordinals. We'll talk about that. Dimitri, the Goosenals guy, seems to be really like taken to the Goosenals. Going to get into that. Honk up 1,000%. Honk honk. Frogs flying. Bitmaps over 50%. Sats about to lose a zero. And yeah, we have a great show for you guys, and of course, we'll get to the Magic Eden and the Unisat update, just like we always do. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Agobe. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, man? It's a huge week, bro. Huge week.
Yeah, I mean the energy is crazy. Like I told you before the show, I'm feeling it, and I just have these tingly feelings, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't think it's like bull market time, but like we're in a good spot.
Yeah, I completely agree. We had like the swap going live, so the tokens are popping. It's been, and then the track news, dude. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with track. Let's start
Okay.
with that. I actually kind of re-entered the track market. I have my don't touch track money, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But to be clear, I did pick some more up just because I've I've seen track long enough now to where like there's not like a huge amount of dumping happening.
Yeah.
The holders are really convicted in the future of it, and Benny's just building left and right, and he's become a major person in this space.
Yes, he's like one of the biggest vocal leaders. He's actually talking to Casey now a lot, and he's really potentially one of the, if you want to talk about the top three guys in Ordinals, top three faces in Ordinals or non-faces in his case, you would have to say Benny is one of them for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I think his approach is really smart to try to be like an expert in everything that seems to be coming into Ordinals and even a little bit outside, right, with pipe.
Yeah.
So it's just really that's what innovators do, right? They
Yep.
kind of throw themselves out there, and good things happen if you're consistent and persistent.
Yep. So let's talk about what happened. He basically came out and they said from the tap Twitter that the tap token. So if anyone doesn't know, when tap launched, Benny grabbed all the 21 million tap and put it all in one wallet, and then he did a fair mint for the minus tap token. So the minus tap token is now going to be, I guess you would say, the Ordi of tap. And then the tap token is going to be the governance token for the pipe protocol. So obviously different protocol, and it probably eventually will probably bridge in together. So you might eventually see the tap token on the pipe protocol. It sounds confusing. The track is the governance token for tap. Tap token is a governance token for pipe, but it's kind of meshes them all together, which I think is really brilliant of Benny. He's taken the kind of like the runes part of it, which is the UTXO, which is pipe, and then you got your Benny's version of the BRC20s, which is tap, and then you have track token, which is a BRC20, kind of running it all together.
Yeah. It's crazy because you and I haven't experienced this before in terms of like infrastructure build out, but it's starting to get a little bit more clear, especially that we're in this every day, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, even though pipe and runes are, in theory, there's some similarities there with being UTXO based and also with atomicals, but like there's enough differences, and we've talked about this before with all three of them that they could eventually all branch out and have their own their own protocols anyways, their own
Yeah.
ecosystems. It's just like Polygon,
Yeah.
Arbitrum, AVAX. They're all EVM style chains, but they all have like their own specialties, right?
Yeah.
And this could be the same thing, right? Same thing with BRC20s and TAP. Like they're both inscription based, but TAP has its specialty with like internal functionality and flexibility, right? There's more flexibility there.
Yeah.
It's more simple on the BRC20. So we'll just kind of see what happens. But like, I think that Benny's playing his hand very well. Track is the OG of them all. That's why I picked up a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense to kind of be that original token for whatever ends up happening, for whatever Benny ends up being known for his main service, whether that's indexing across all of these different protocols or what. I feel like that's probably my strongest hold. And then it seems like he has the governance plan down pretty tight.
I agree. And I actually reached out to him today. I reached out to him in DMs. Anyone can reach out to Benny. He always messages back. So I messaged him. I said, a few questions about this airdrop. My first question is, will it be 1-to-1? He said yes. So if you own one,
my
it's going to be 1-to-1.
You just made me happy.
Yep. So, and I didn't tell you this because I wanted to bring it to you live. But so everything is still in the thought process. And right now, the thought process for him right now is it will be 1-to-1. And then my second question was, if I have it on a SEX, a centralized exchange, will it still be 1-to-1? And he said he cannot make any promises that the exchange will give those tokens out. But the exchange will now hold TAP tokens, which potentially they could give to everyone. And then basically people sell them on the market. And now that exchange so TAP will be on the exchanges.
Okay.
So right now, Gate.io is I'm pretty sure is one of them that has the TAP token. So I mean the track token. So potentially everyone holding the track token will get a TAP token, and a lot of them probably will sell it right away, which gives the exchange those tokens to have a market.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's 21 million supply of TAP, right? So it's the
same as track. Yep.
I love that like BRC20s had that default, man, because it really did limit a lot of these tokens that were like the OG tokens. Track is 21 million. I just think Bitcoin when I hear that, obviously like, getting to a 500 billion market cap is really hard to do. But with that being said, if you hold enough in these early days, which isn't too hard, you can hold like 3,500 for maybe like $1,500 right now.
It's
or
like
2,000
$2,000.
Yeah. I mean, that's not that much comparatively. If you're, thinking down the road that TAP could get to like $200 in a bull market, right?
Yep,
I mean, that
100%.
sounds really good.
Yeah.
But again, this is all speculative. But one thing that isn't speculative is Benny's been here since day one and he hasn't left. In fact, he's done more in the bear market than anybody. That's a good argument there, that he's done more in the bear market than anybody. But yeah, man, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about the 1-for-1. Because I think a lot of people were wondering how could we get our hands on some TAP, and no one like that. No one gave you an answer, right? Like there's nowhere to buy it before. So
it's all sitting in one wallet. If you go look, it says one holder and all 21 million are in there. So it's but
yeah. So what is your overall feeling of TAP and then Pipe? Obviously, we're talking about 3 different tokens that have 3 different protocols. I think that is much different, and I want your thoughts. Sorry, I don't mean to cut off, but like I think that's much different than like having 3 tokens on the same protocol, which a lot of projects have done before.
Okay, so I'm gonna break it down one by one. I love the track token. Absolutely love it. I love that it'll be the governance token for TAP. I love that it's a BRC20, and I love how TAP is a BRC20 functionable with it has more things you can do. It's basically an upgraded version of BRC20. I hate the pipe protocol. I hate the UTXO model, and it's just difficult. I'm not taking the time to learn it, so that's probably my fault. But if I could go back in time, I would change it. The fact that there's a pipe protocol, and I just wish it stayed on TAP. And I could be biased because I own a lot of TAP tokens, but I just don't like once pipe is on Bison, and I don't got to deal with the shit. I can just use Bison and just, you know, play
Different
with it.
story then.
It's a different story. I'll be completely fine with it. But I'm using Bison. It doesn't matter what it's on. It's basically mirrored in. It's not the same. So for me, I'm just not a fan of the UTXO model, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about runes when it comes out. But like I like the legacy tokens of the BRC20s, and I like the upgraded version of the tap tokens, and I just am not as fond as the pipe tokens. But that's just me personally. It's everyone could be completely different, and I could be completely wrong, which I am a lot of the times about pipe. Pipe could be the next big thing. And there's a community that says that I'm wrong, and I think that that is completely fine. But for my personal interest, I'm more interested in the tap tokens.
Yeah, more the inscription based
Exactly.
tokens. Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that. You know, I do believe that mass majority of end users don't care like how, like from a technical perspective, how much
Yeah.
better it is, as long as you know the end product is easy to use.
Yep.
So we'll see how that plays out. I think that, like I said before, though, you know, I think once we're in the bull market, there's going to be opportunity for different protocol ecosystems, right? Like BRC20 will most likely, in my opinion, from fungible token standard,
Yeah.
will be hands down the first one that benefits, because it's the most far ahead. It has the most platforms that no other token actually has platforms right now that you can sell, right? So bull market starts to kick off in January. Let's just say, you know, hypothetically, BRC20 is already starting to kind of benefit, right?
Yeah.
And then when BRC20s goes up, it's a big deal. People made their money. Then they might see tap as like another second opportunity. Same thing, UTXO might have another in the summer or something. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where I see the opportunity. But I'm with you in terms of, you know, why throw all this stuff out there right now? But maybe it'll all make sense later.
And you know, it's kind of like if I was bitching about optimism, like I'm on Ethereum, and I'm like, I'm fine with Matic, I'm fine with Ethereum. Why do we need optimism? You know what I mean? But people have like
Those are
their own
like
thing.
pretty much the same thing, though.
Yeah, you're right.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think, but
Well, not really, because optimism is an optimistic roll up. It's different than Matic.
no, I'm talking about usability. Like
Okay.
you like whenever you're using
Yeah.
EVM chain, like it's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
same thing, right? So,
Yeah.
but to be fair to Ordinals and Bitcoin ecosystem, that was like when optimism came out and everything came out, it was like
Yeah.
way down the line, like everything
Yeah.
infrastructure wise that had already been figured out. So I think down the line, we're so early, we haven't experienced this before. So we're kind of going through like as end users of like the ups and downs, right? Like where we just want it to be easy and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we'll get there.
And again, like to my point originally, once everything's on Bison, it's not going to matter. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's just going to be, you know, everything's going to be on there eventually. And, you know, I'm very bullish on Bison, but same thing could be happening with Unisat. Unisat could eventually take in tap. They could eventually take in runes, and they can eventually take in pipe when they add runes. So, I mean, we might be able to do the same exact thing I'm talking about on Bison on one of the modules for Unisat. So it could be the same. So, and it could be another layer too, doing the same thing as well. So
Exactly. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But I'm excited about all the, you know, the track and airdrop news and all that stuff, because that's good for track holders, right?
100%.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about what you've been doing the past couple of days? Because you've been acting a little crazy on Twitter, like a bugaboo. You've been chasing down Mr. V over here.
So I had a epiphany the other day, and I said that one of the key things that needs to happen is for the NFT guy Gary Vee to come over to Ordinals, right? And I just feel like it's a matter of time. So I went out and I started this little campaign, and I'm on day 4 of the campaign, and I'm gonna go as long as I need to get Gary Vee over on the Ordinals. So it says day 4 of posting Veefriend, posting a Veefriend until Gary Vee brings Veefriends to Ordinals. Today we have the Wild Wallaby, right? As I said, Wallaby.
Yeah.
So I've been posting these, and I tweet too goddamn much. So,
Those are
so
the Veefriends, dude.
these are the OG. He drew these during COVID.
Oh my gosh.
These are like they look a lot better now. If you go to like the
Original.
next season, yeah, these are the OGs. Like these are him and his during COVID, just drawing on his iPad.
Gotcha.
So Yeah. So that's I did yesterday was the I like this one. It's the enamored emu. And then we
How much do
have
those go for?
2 ETH, bro. And then we have day 2 was the consistent cougar, which has some pretty cool names. And then day 1 was the what's this one? I didn't post any of it, but yeah,
Salamander.
salamander or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that every single day until Gary Vee, and I highly recommend everyone tag him
Yeah.
in these posts. Just tag him, bug him, put your notifications on his post, and every single time that he posts, say something about ordinals, because I feel like that's one of the key ways we can get Gary Vee over. It's only a matter of time. I feel like before he comes over here anyway, and the faster he gets over here, and the faster we get some Veefriends on Magic Eden, the easier it would be to onboard celebrities like Snoop Dogg
Or
and
the masses. Yeah.
or well, for me, once you onboard the celebrities, the Logan Pauls, the Snoop Doggs, the who's that DJ we were just talking the other day, Steve Aoki.
Oh, yeah.
What once you bring out these guys, and it's only a matter of time before they own bitmaps and then they're in the metaverse. You know what I mean? So because they're
Yeah.
metaverse guys. So that's just my little thing. I'm just going for it.
Yep. Well, Gary Vee, we invite you to be a guest on the show, and so we can break you down, give you some education on ordinals and why, storing your digital assets on the most secure blockchain, the granddaddy of them all,
Yep.
is the best and safest route, right? So
I mean, you got to remember what Elon said yesterday, right? NFTs aren't even on the blockchain, but ordinals are.
Yeah. There's some, like, I think Dreamweave, I think is it called Dreamweave or something like that. Anyways, there's options, but it's not Bitcoin at the end of the day. That's what you gotta say, right? Is it Bitcoin? No, okay, it don't matter because Bitcoin is the most secure chain, right? So
yep.
Awesome. Okay, so this is some big news, ball. Yeah, so the Unisat Swap is now live, right? So it launched yesterday, Halloween. Bitcoin white paper birthday.
Better put some respect on. No,
yeah. And I'm gonna share my screen to kind of show you guys what it's like, because we do have a pass. Shout out to Unisat. Thank you so much. We are gonna show. So we sent some sats to our wallet, but we're gonna save the actual swapping for another day. Possibly later today or maybe tomorrow. We'll figure it out. But so this
we're gonna do a full tutorial on it. So
yeah, this is what the swap looks like. So if you just go to unisat.io and then you go to BRC20, if you have the pass, go to module BRC20 swap. Then you can see honk comes up first, because honk is, in my opinion, going to be a very successful meme token. Full disclosure, I do hold honk though. But anyways, yeah. So you can see all these supported tokens that were listed. You have Track, Oshi, Zbit, MXRC, BTCS, Council, Honk, OXBT, Meme, VMPX, Texo, Pepe, Sats, and Ordi, of course. So, you can just basically select whatever you want to swap. But the cool part is you can see what the total value is in the pools, right? So if you just click on pools here, you can see these total values are starting to build up. Obviously, Ordi and Sats, those are the two most kind of, would you say popular? Probably the most two popular ones, or most?
They're the because obviously Sats is basically the Unisat token, and Ordi is the first of the first token ever on Bitcoin. So
Ordi and Sats have the most liquidity at, I think there's 16,000. I want to say,
16,000.
Yeah, 16,000. Then it goes to memes Sats at 3,000, 1,100 for OXBT Sats, 1,000 for Pepe Sats, right under 1,000 for BTCS Sats, Honk at 867, so that jumped up. Sats and Track at 305, and Shizzy made a good point. Maybe there's not a lot of people putting Track liquidity up right now because of the airdrop, because I think if you do lock it up into liquidity, it won't read from your wallet, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
It won't, because when you're depositing it in Unisat's wallet. when you're
Gotcha.
depositing the tokens. If you go look at on the thing, you're putting it in a different wallet that's not owned by you. So that wallet will get the tap tokens, not you. So be very careful about depositing your track into potentially this trap because you can't get it out. So
Yeah. So, and then you have meme already at 269, and then it goes down here 99, 70, 36. So, I think a lot of people right now realize that we're in the black module, but for me, this is a big deal because you guys have to remember this is not just the fact that there is a swap for BRC20s now, because there has been swaps, right? I think dot swap is another one that's starting to build some credibility up, but they use layer 2 modules to be able to, you can actually put liquidity up with Bitcoin in your BRC20s. But the brand behind Unisat is the big deal here, right? People trust Unisat. People have been using Unisat to trade their BRC20s since March. It was the first platform. There hasn't been any issues of rugging or anything like that. They're credible. They're trustworthy, up until this point. So what does this mean? To me, this is a big deal because what I 100% think that these pools are going to continually build up. And once they get to a level of satisfactory, I bet you that's what some of these indexers or the 3 offline indexers are waiting for, as well as probably one component. They want to make sure, hey, is there enough liquidity in here to trade? Obviously, they're going to be checking, make sure the prices are accurate and stuff. But once those 3 indexers, off-chain indexers, start to agree that we move into the white module, then it's going to be on, right? Then 100%. People are going to be trading like crazy. But it's important to build this liquidity up now, because if I try to add liquidity here, you can see, I'm going to add liquidity for Ordi and Sats, right? But the earlier that you add the liquidity, if it's the same as staking, then you will have a higher return on your LP. And then
I don't think it's the early. I think it's the amount.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, the percentage, right? The percentage that you add, right? So if I were to do like 140, then I would have to pay that much, and that would give me 7% of the pool.
Yep.
Dang. Okay, yeah, like 100.
So you'll get 7% of the fees as well.
Yeah, but if I did 1,000 Ordi, then you get 44% of the pool. You don't get 7% of the fee from the fee allotment, right? Not from total. Yeah. So so people, it's at 16,000. It's day 2, right?
Day 1, really
day 1, really day 1, right? So I could easily see this like tripling by late tomorrow, or maybe the weekend. Well, it's going to be interesting to see how quick this grows, right?
Well, once we get out of the token gated part of it, which could last up to a week, I'm hearing, that's when you're going to see real liquidity come in.
What do you mean, like the black module?
No. Once we have right now, we're token gated by the ordinal that we received. Once we get out of the token gated, we because obviously you can't get in without that ordinal. Once we get out of there, and like regular people can get in, or just like not the early people, that's when we can kind of really see liquidity coming in. I think so.
Yeah, I completely didn't even think about that, right? So this is building up with just having the early passes, So imagine,
and there's what 1,000 of them, maybe.
I'm not sure how many, but probably So imagine whenever it opens up, because the BRC market has to be at around. It has to be at least like 50 to 100,000, right? People.
There's 200,000 wallets, so I have 4 wallets, so so
maybe like 50,000.
I would say about 50,000 active users. Yeah.
Okay, so then with 1,000 only, there's 16,000. So multiply that by like, let's say, I don't know, like 30 or 40, just to be on the safe side, right? So it'll be interesting though. We're speculating, obviously. You probably sound like a bunch of dummies over here, but it's fun to speculate. But yeah, so this is kind of how it works. We already did send the sats over to our show wallet. So once that goes in, we're going to create a little LP, maybe get a little 0.001% of the fees. But yeah, man. So I don't know. How do you feel, man?
Like I said, I'm excited. We finally got DeFi on Bitcoin. DeFi on Bitcoin is here. It's wow, it's insane to say that we have DeFi, decentralized finance, on Bitcoin for the first
Officially.
time ever. For the first time ever. That's huge. I don't understand. I don't think people understand how big that really is and how like exciting of a time. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like being in like the room where it happens. You know what I mean? Being in the White House when the Constitution and stuff like that was being written and stuff like that. Like we are on the ground floor of DeFi Bitcoin. Like
Yeah.
that is insane. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that's like that meme where the guy's in the chair with his daughter on the lap and he's like, I was around for DeFi Bitcoin, and the kid's like, fucking legend. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's just like it's exciting, and I really can't wait for it to stop being token gated so we can just all just jump in. Because right now, me and you can't get in on our separate wallets. Our show
Yeah,
wallet
sure.
has the thing, but I can't go and put liquidity unless I send it to that show wallet. So
Exactly. Yeah. But it's just exciting in general, like you said, because if it was just some random, uh, no offense to Dot Swap, because like I said, they are building up their reputation. I know like Mr. J
yeah,
and some other people are starting to back them. Nikib maybe too. I don't know
yeah,
for that's not like I haven't like actually heard them Nikib say that, but I just saw some posts. Anyways, but the fact that it is someone that's trusted, I think that's what we needed, right?
yeah,
And then so this is the start. This is where it builds up, and so let's
yeah.
go, man. Right? We're starting it, and it's going to be exciting here in the next couple of
Yep.
months.
I agree. And speaking of Nikib, speaking of Orzard, we're gonna have him on the show next week. And if he gives us the okay to have dot swap on the show, we'll reach out to dot swap and we'll have them on the show. I've been a little bit hesitant because I don't want to get anyone rugged here. So and I haven't done my due diligence in the dot swap. So I'm gonna leave it up to Nikib. If he says they're
Yeah,
okay, then we'll have him on
Nikib's
the show.
word is good as oak.
Yep. Nikib's the man.
He's the
Shout
man.
out
Yeah,
Nikib.
yeah.
But
We
yeah,
got him coming up, right? I think.
Tuesday.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Ords are shout out. Yep. But yeah, so that's the swap, guys. We'll have it. We'll be able to do example swaps and stuff like that once the Sats gets sent to the account, and just look out for that.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Dimitri!
Dimitri Cherniak. So finally, the Goosenals have lassoed him in.
Yeah. So real quick, who is he? Who is this Dimitri guy?
Dimitri Cherniak is the artist that created Goosenals. Well, like the art behind it. It was a project, I believe, for the MoMA, which is the Museum of Modern Art in NYC, New York City. It was like a postcard project or something, and then he created the Goose Generator, which Hype and Block and Bean and those guys from Base, shout out to Base community, Base artist community. They just took the reins and they started Goosenals. And I think he wanted to be careful about like associating himself too closely to, because there was projects on ETH and other chains that try to do it too, but Goosenals has been the most successful one, right? And finally today he comes out and he says Goosenals seems to really have taken off. And I'll actually read the post here. It says, of all the derivatives from goosegenerator.com, Goosenals seem to really have taken off. The low bit imagery is rather well suited to inscriptions, and it's the third largest ordinal project over the past month. Also, they have the weirdest but also wholesome memes. So seems like he's on board, man.
Yeah. That's all we really needed was his blessing, right? I think we finally got it.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So Dimitri says it's good to go, then it's good to go because he is the creator behind it.
Yep.
But yeah, man. I think that's pretty much it for news.
Well, no, we
news.
have okay. Yeah, because we're gonna get on into all that stuff.
Yeah, the other stuff
honk stuff, but we're gonna get into that when we get into the token.
Yep. In fact, we will just go ahead and go over there.
Hold on real quickly. I forgot one thing. So today we recently got some airdrops, and I want to show them really quickly. We were doing a thing called what's in the wallet, but some channels were getting taken down for crypto links in the thing. So we decided to kind of slow down on that a little bit until our website is built, and then do that on the website. But I want to bring you guys' attention to some projects that we got airdropped. Yeah, so this from the Ord Web guys, man. This is a really cool looking project. It's the
Day of
first
the
ever.
Dead.
Well, no, it's the first ever Ordinal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The face for it. So what's that? I think it's Casey's. I think that's 0, right?
I think so.
So
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
inscription 0, and they have different crowns and faces and stuff like here. This is from the Ord Web IO team. It's a really cool project. And then our good friend, man, and fucking awesome, the Skolex
Knox.
guys, right? Knox. Shout out
Shout
Knox,
out.
man. Really appreciate this, man. He was on the show, and he said, yo guys, what's your addresses? And he airdropped these amazing art.
Yeah, Cursed Raider, man. So it's a cursed inscription. I think they're inscribed on vintage sats. So pretty cool, man. Knox is definitely one of those project founders, or that you just really, if you're looking to start an Ordinals project, NFT project, follow that blueprint, because him, BRC, Mr. BRC, like there's a couple of, man, the Ordinals probably have like some of the best, so.
I agree. Yep. So thanks Knox for that. We appreciate you. And these will probably be on the market soon if people are paper handed. We are not. You will not see 211797 ever on the marketplace. So that is mine to hold forever, and I appreciate it. And then I really want to he gave me a paragraph of this. He said this is the OG pass for the Bridget DAO. It's including the MetaWeb book app and forthcoming ordweb.io. And this is from David Benjamin. He reached out to me, and we've been talking a little bit, and then he sent me this cool thing. So just wanted to say thank you for that. And guys, this was free for me. I'm not going out buying them, so don't buy them just because they're on the show. But I am definitely grateful for when I get something like this. So
awesome.
But yeah,
shout out to those founders. All right, so let's jump into the BRC20 weekly market update. It's going to be crazy, guys, because it's just been crazy with the swap and all that. The prices have been nuts. So Sats is about to eat a 0. I have the feeling it's up 18.05%. It's definitely hit its all-time highs. We're sitting at 0.00009798. So we are like 0.0001 is at the bottom of the first page. So
yeah.
I have a feeling I'll wake up tomorrow morning, it's gonna have eaten that 0. So for 100 billion sats, it's $3,491. Imagine 2 weeks ago, about 2.5 weeks ago, this was $741.
Yep.
Right. So we're just getting started, really, to be honest. I feel like with sats, because if you in the swap, I should have pointed that out. Everything's paired with sats, so.
And it's the Unisat token. How perfect Sats is to be a Unisat token.
I know. The name of it.
I mean,
it's unofficial, but it's unofficial, but
it's the Unisat token. But
unofficial, like they can't come out and say
all right, it's the Unisat community token.
There you go.
But they haven't came out and said that. It's just me speculating, but yeah.
Yeah. Number 2 is Ordi. It's down 17.48% and sitting at $5.63. So definitely looking pretty strong, even though it's down on the day. Track has been up and down, but it's been really hovering at that 55 cents. Let's see where it's at right now. It's up 7.08%, and it's at 56 cents. Okay,
yeah,
awesome. Track is definitely still holding strong. Meme is making a really big comeback recently. I think maybe there were some like bag holders that knew that BRC20s were going to come back, and they said, okay, let me step away. They seem to be back, maybe, I don't know, up 34.68%, is sitting at $28.51. BT Co is down 97%, probably a newer token that deployed. Not sure. OXBT up 22.5%, 48 sats, sitting at 2 cents. So I noticed too, like the liquidity was building up in this. I do expect OXBT to actually do decent, like with the swap, like more people start to use it, and once they bring stables over and stuff like that, I just feel like it is, because I feel like these first 14 that are on there automatically benefit because of that. What do
I
you think
agree.
about that?
I completely agree. I think these tokens, first is first, right? And these are the first 14 tokens. So I think you're going to see most pairs will be against these. Once you see them adding new tokens, you're going to see more and more of these. I want to say the first 14, because that's what we're going to start calling them. The first 14 will be the liquidity, because I mean they're going to have liquidity for them. So when you add in your token, you're going to put it up against one of the first 14. So.
Yeah, exactly, dude. So like it's weird. It's crazy. Like I felt like I've been a part of decks that like start new, but it's
Nothing
kind of
like this.
it's not hard to get. Like all you have to do is put get a logo, a website, and a token, launch a token, and then you can pretty much get on a dex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with this, like they hand selected the first 14 they're supporting. So
Yep.
if you hold any of those tokens that are on that lucky 14 list, I have a good feeling that that's gonna be good holds, but not financial advice. Okay, BTCS. Speaking of another one of the first 14, it's up 4.26%. We always talk about that this token has a strong Chinese community. Man, they definitely are strong. There's multiple pairs in the swap for this. It's up 4.26%. INCSC is up 5.56%. Fish, this is a one that was launched. I know Block had highlighted this on his page, on his X account. It's up 43%, 43.24%. Cats, another one that he had mentioned, is up 69.44%. Go ahead.
These tokens, are they were they just minted out, or are they still minting?
Yeah, both of them were.
Okay.
Yep, both of them were. Yep. It's kind of like this animal meme theme that's going on right now. Pepe down 6.43%, but that's after kind of getting revived. It's at 3 cents. The total supply is like 40. I want to say 42 million. So it's like double of the typical defaulted 21 million. RCSV is up 30%. This one actually is pretty strong community from what like what we remember, right? Sitting at 21 million supply. I'm surprised they didn't get selected. But
well, it's because I think that Jeffrey talks with the guys from Unisat, and they didn't want to confuse people for them being that token. So that might have been the reason for that. But yeah.
True. IBTC is up 6%. X token. This one's interesting. It's up 48.57%. Has 10 million supply. Interesting. So this is one that I had minted a long time ago, and it did pretty well, and then it's coming back with this kind of pump. So we'll see what happens with this one. EYEE is down 14.88%. ARK B, this is the ticker, I believe, for the ARK Investments Bitcoin ETF. It's up 1,090%. Man, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that one is up. Interesting. Honk is down 16.67%, sitting at 0.053. This one is, really just took off after the announcement that it was on one of the top 14. So yeah, it's kind of pulled back a little bit. VMPX is up 15%, sitting at 115 sats. Lion, another one of those animal memes, is up 14.62%. Texo is up 65%. Should have looked into this one because this one actually, being on that list, there's 510 million. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But 2 cents. Where was I? Nals is up 2.98%. XBTC up 15%, and Rats is down 9.9%. Yeah. So a lot of energy coming back in the space. No zeros on the top 23. So everything's had volume in the past 24 hours. So, the energy is coming back. Yep. That is your weekly BRC 20 market update.
Yeah. Real quick, a couple questions for you. So, what do you think? Because Unisat's going to bring in more tokens, right? So, it's not just going to be these 14 that we have right now. They're going to be bringing more. Do you think it's a good idea to start I don't know, maybe hunting for speculation of these tokens? Like because I think Unisat's gonna be buying them, right? And then before or you don't think so?
It's weird, right? Because what are we used to? We're used to a token launching.
Yeah.
We find out if it's legit or not. We grab the contract, we paste
Yep.
it into the DEX, and then we
Yep.
buy. There's no contract here, you know? So really, it's almost like they have to get approved to get on. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting. Yeah. I mean, like, I think hunting, sure. I would, for me personally, a lot of BRC20 projects kind of hibernated, right? And the teams hibernated. Is that a good thing or bad thing? I don't know. It really depends, right? Like teams that didn't hibernate, Track, who else? Sats, but Sats didn't really have a team. You know, these ones that OXBT was in, it was basically like marketing, right? So,
Yeah.
but if I'm gonna try to gamble on some of these tokens that have been hibernating, I probably want to gamble on the ones that had decently legit teams during the BRC20 pump up. So, like, I think what was the one that you asked me about earlier? The Sats Hunters. What are they called? The
what are they?
You asked me about it earlier. Let me see. I can pull it up.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. But yeah, so it's Francis Dunn's
Shint.
Shint.
SHNT.
Yeah. Shint is one of them because I think like what they do as a service is they do rare sats.
Yeah.
They hunt rare sats. So something like that has like a team behind it, right?
Yes, money sign OG. You know
Yeah,
what I
so
mean?
that's
That could
Ord
potentially be one.
Games.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
They're still out there.
Garlic could be one, which is one of the VMPX type tokens, right? Because the team kind of left that token, which kind of makes it more, more eligible. Yeah,
more memeable.
More.
Yeah, Garlic actually is a good one to meme, but like a community needs to get behind it. The reason why it's a good one is because the supply is good. On it, I think it's like 9 million total. And let's see how much it's going for though. So 9 sats, so not even a penny, and there's only 9 million, right? So that could be one. What's the one with the bridge that has a dev that they're working? Orpo's another one. You know, so there's multiple that you could research and go through the mint list and all that stuff. But maybe that's something I'll do before our weekend update, and then see we can put out a couple of them, not financial advice, but just some that could hit.
Sounds good. And then I'll jump over to add the stage. All right, so our faces here. So we had some big moves in this update right here. Ordinal Maxi Biz is now sitting at number 2. I'm always on the 7-day, just so everyone knows. Frogs have retaken the number 1 and they've just been relentless. They have 9.7 Bitcoin in volume, while Ordinal Maxi Biz has 3.5. So they are up. I want to say over 2x on the OMBs. So that's they've retaken it, man. What do you think about the Frogs being number 1 again?
I mean, I'll go back to like July, early July, whenever I said the Frogs are that staple collection here. And I kept saying, I need to grab one. And I finally did. And I almost grabbed another one at 0.03 like 2 days ago, but I just didn't pull the trigger. And, I'm not going to be mad at myself. I feel like, you go off of your intuition. And I just didn't pull the trigger at the time. Maybe I should have, maybe I shouldn't have. But I have a frog, so I'm okay. And that's the biggest thing. Is like, do I have one? Yeah, I don't need to be too greedy.
No, I hear you. What do you think of Ordinal Maxi Biz sitting in that 2 spot now? Do you think they've been just down only?
Yeah, it's been really interesting, right? I don't know what to think about that. That's been throwing me off. Marketing wise, the person behind it, all that stuff. I firmly believe that it's going to be really successful. Kind of going back to like whenever I mentioned people selling out of their ordinals into Bitcoin is what I think happened with that, because the holders of OMB they probably have a lot of money unless they got one somehow through a friend or something like that, right? Because what are they? The floor was what, like 6,000 something, 7,000. Okay,
Yeah.
so most people probably own like two that have one. Maybe they just have one, but you can sell that, liquidate that, put it in the Bitcoin if you feel like Bitcoin's going to go up like another 5K, then sell it and then buy your own B. Make your money, buy your own B a little bit cheaper if you can, or whatever, right? So that's possibly what happened to that. Now on the flip side with the frogs, I feel like the frogs look like more of an opportunity for the average person to buy, because when it was at 0.025, you're talking about what, like how much is that? Like $700?
Yeah.
Yeah, $700 versus 7,000, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
why.
agree. I definitely agree with you. And I do think that it feels like we're in a bull market, but we're not, right? We're still in Bitcoin spring, which is a continuation of the bear market, in my opinion. And I just feel like people were really getting the itch for a frog. They seen them so cheap, and they were getting itch. So a lot of other things suffered while the frogs really took off. And I think Ordinal Maxi Biz is one of those. And I think that's why it has dropped a little bit, down from, I want to say 0.2 to 0.169. I feel like people were selling their maxis to get into frogs. And I feel like you'll probably eventually see a little bit of a sell-off on the frogs when people see the Ordinal Maxi Biz getting a little bit more cheaper. And some people have,
Probably, yeah.
it's traders games, right? So everyone's just going to
Yeah.
keep trading until the speculators come in, the people that are still on vacation from crypto. When they get back and they come in and buy our bags, I feel like that's when you're gonna see people really holding on to these things and not dumping for profit too early. But right now we're just in crypto spring. We're just getting out of a 2-year bear market. It's been one of the hardest 2 years of my life, because it's just been, I'm not gonna lie, it was tough. You know what I
You know
mean?
what that
So
sounds like to me? That sounds like the Wall Street cheat sheet psychology of a market cycle, and you
yep.
are in the disbelief part of the right here, baby. The disbelief right here, right before we whoop, shoot up. So
Well, no, November has always been a down month. There's only been one November in the history of Bitcoin that's been up. I just want to put that out there. Only one. We're out of October, but I do believe that we're going to hit 42K Bitcoin. But I do believe that we're going to have a tough
retrace.
December. Yeah, have a tough end of the month and a tough December. I feel like the next 2 weeks though are going to be fun and exciting. But take profit while you can. Don't forget to take profit, because you're going to need that Bitcoin right before January when we start really taking off. So
Yeah, I
not
agree.
financial advice. I lose money. Don't follow me. And yeah, so keep that out there.
Yep. I think you still
All right,
had
so jumping back over to here, we had bitmaps sitting at 0.0003, up about 50%. These were sitting around 0.00, I want to say 0.0019. So these are up. These are up big. I feel like bitmaps has not had their pump yet. I feel like this 50% move is nothing compared to what is coming for it. And huge fan of bitmaps. And the shout out Black Runner. They came out today with a really good video about bitmap. Go check that out. And they recently shouted us out for a thread that we did and posted it. And yeah, so thankful
nice.
for that, man. So that was really cool. And then we got the Bitcoin Punk sitting at 0.028. ABC, this one seems to always be in the top 5, top 10 now, sitting at 0.0063. And I
And
think
no one talks about it, right?
I know. I think this is a Solana project that
It
came over.
is. It is.
And I'm just not a fan of this stuff. My son draws this stuff,
Yeah, I
and
think
I
that's the
feel like,
whole thesis behind it, though. It's
yeah,
like,
that's true.
kids' drawings.
Yeah, it's cool. Goosenals. So I want to get your question on. I have a question for you. So you said recently about the frogs that the OMBs were too expensive. That's why people are buying the frogs. Do you feel like the Goosenals are next? Do you feel frogs are getting too expensive, that Goosenals might be the third?
No, I don't feel like frogs are getting too expensive yet. Well, I don't know. They
Well, I don't
could
know,
talk
dude.
about. They
$1,500
could,
isn't for the average person anymore.
yeah, well, I mean, they got their first peak. They got to like 3,000 floor, $3,000. But again, if this is the
Yeah.
local top for Bitcoin, then yeah, then this could be the local top for frogs. Goosenals could very well, in my opinion, it could do something crazy, right? Because there's like a big movement behind it. It's affordable. It could actually jump up and like really take off, right? Especially with like Dimitri behind it now and all these things. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to buy more right now just because like I have my grails and I'm holding those until like the bull market comes.
Yeah. You got your MoMAs?
I got my MoMAs.
All right, we got rare sats. We'll jump into rare sats. Uncommons are sitting around 0.0034, which is about $121. And we have the black uncommons sitting at around $17. These are getting really, really cheap. Don't buy them because I might do that. So but yeah, we got the palindromes. One of our favorite palindromes is when they throw a filter on there is a 2009. It's sitting around $3 here. So
yeah, they're cheap.
They're might
cheap.
buy that when we're done here. But jumping back to Magic Eden. The Doge Punks sitting at 0.004. Then we have the Bit Apes by the Bored Ape Yacht Club members sitting at 0.0041. And this is not associated with the Bored Apes of Ethereum. This is just the holders of them apes making a collection over here. Nothing was burned for this collection, if I'm not mistaken. And we have Oblivion by Nullish. And Nullish seems to always have a project in the top 12. Osh, man. So our boy Sonic has been really getting high on his own supply, right? So, but his project is definitely suffering. He's not really been showing anything that's building, just kind of really enjoying himself. What do you think about Osh?
It actually did bounce back a little bit, didn't it? What is
it's
it at
down,
right
bro.
now? What is it at right now?
0.009. This thing was up to about 0.0025. It is down about, I want to say about 60%, 70% from its high.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's still in the top 12, right?
Yeah,
So,
no, you're right.
I mean, that's one thing that I don't know if people are just trading it or what. It has its brand recognition still. I just don't know what Sonic's doing with it and what the project's doing. Hey, look, they have a wallet dedicated to it.
They do.
I think we just got, I think we got to really just see what happens with it. But yeah, I mean, I'm not rushing to buy it, me personally. But I'll keep my eye out on it.
For sure. And we got Apostles of Greed sitting at 0.036. So I did miss something, and I want to jump back to here really quickly. I like to just jump through here and give you guys the categories. If you wanted a one-digit bitmap, you'll be paying around 3 Bitcoin. If you wanted a 2-digit bitmap, you'll be paying around 0.1 almost, about 0.098. If you wanted a 3-digit bitmap, you'll be paying around 0.0185. This is up from 0.015 from the weekend. If you wanted a 4-digit bitmap, you'll be paying around 0.0024. Wow. What? That can't be right.
What? Is it cheap?
Bitmaps? Oh, no. I was missing a zero. No, that's good. 0.024, about same, a little bit less than a Goosenal. If you wanted a 5-digit bitmap, you'd be paying around 0.00042, which is about, I would say about 25% higher than a floor. So yeah, that is your update for the Magic Eden. So
nice. Nice.
Yeah, man. I want to bring one more thing up. If I can find it really quickly. So I did a thing today. I asked Nakib or Ordzard about potentially getting the Hordes Wallet, one of my favorite wallets right now, only because it's a mobile wallet, and the only other mobile wallet right now is Xverse, and I want another wallet. I want to use my Hordes Wallet. Right now you cannot access any potential marketplaces or minting places. I guess that's what Ordzard would be, like a launch pad, right? Because it's not. Is it like a marketplace, Ordzard?
Yeah.
Can you buy it? Okay.
Yeah, it's a marketplace.
You can buy and sell. Yeah.
Yeah, you can buy ordinals and I think that's pretty much it, though. It's like ordinal NFTs. They don't have tokens on there from what I know.
Yeah. So it was really cool. So I just said that the Ordzard, and then the Hordes team. Shout out Romaine, we had him on the show. Came out and he was like, yeah, he's like, we're ready. If Ordzard gives us the okay, we can have it done. And then the man, the myth, the legend, Nakeem comes in and says, let's do it. So that was really
That's why
cool.
I love that guy, man.
I fucking love Nakeem, man. He's a beast. So if you're not following Nakeem, go follow him. If you're not following Ordzard, go follow them. If you're not following Hordes Wallet, go follow them. Huge fans of what all three of those guys are doing. And the reason I'm big on Hordes Wallet as well is because they're a public traded company. I don't feel like they didn't put enough money into this thing to not, to really have it be successful. And we need Magic Eden, Unisat, and Ordzard to really give them the opportunity to really be successful. And so this is my opinion.
Yep. No, I think that's a great connection there. So we'll see what happens with it. That dude Nakeeb, man, he's like he's getting like governments of countries into ordinals.
Man.
He's like skip Gary Vee, man. I'm going for like the Indonesian government.
Well, it's what is it? Balas? What is
Bali,
it?
Balinese
Bali.
or something like that. Yeah. I think they're doing like their cultural like art, and they digitized it and they're inscribing it on Bitcoin. So props to that guy. I mean, like he was in Japan not long ago trying to teach people about ordinals, and there's gonna be a lot of sad people that faded ordinals because then they're gonna come to ordinals and it's gonna be too late, maybe, or not late. I don't know.
I think we're gonna have a 2-year bull market. I think the bull market's going to be very, very successful. I think they're going to have plenty of time if they I don't feel like anyone's late right now. I really don't. I feel like
not right now.
We've just, just for the next like 3 months, I feel like if you're entering ordinals, I don't think you should feel late. I think you should feel early. You
next
didn't really
fall or next summer, maybe though.
I think we're gonna have like 18 months of bull. I think it's going to be absolutely.
If that's the case, the people that are here right now and have been here, we're all going to meet up in like Miami then, because we all going to be sitting nice.
No, I think I don't think we're going to see the bull market we've seen of the past though. I think this bull market is going to be slow.
It's going to be a little bit more tame.
It's how the bear market felt, where it was just like every day we went down. I feel like that's the bull market. It's going to be every single day. It's like, oh wow, this is up 6%. This is up 8%. This is up 12%. Oh wow, big move. Up, we're down a little bit. Up, big move. Up, down a little bit. I feel like we're going to have the opposite of what we just dealt with. Because you got to remember,
that sounds like an easy bull market.
It sounds like it's going to be a fun bull market, but we're going to see dips, stuff like that. We're going to see the big boys come in, and I feel like Bitcoin's going to be up only, and I think that it's going to be. I don't see the other tokens outperforming it until the very end. So once you see the other tokens outperforming it, I'm not talking about ordinals. I think the ordinals will outperform it the entire time because it's something new. It's something, fresh, different. But I feel like once you see like tokens like Matic and Solana and stuff like that really pushing like way past it, I think that is the time to really start taking in profits. But not financial advice, but just be smart this time around. I wasn't smart and I didn't take enough profits, and I just want everyone to really think about potential bear market that could be coming in 2025, 2026, and be prepared for that. So you don't have to go back to that 9 to 5, because we're all just trying to get out of that. So let's be smart this time around.
Yep. And just a little update: we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purchases away from sats eating a 0.
Oh wow!
So it's jumped up. Next update. It's jumped up from like being the third from last square to being this like on the second row now.
Oh yeah!
So
awesome. Well, that's your update, guys. I really appreciate every single listen, every single watch, every single view. If you cannot watch, you can definitely listen. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify. You'll check those out as well. All podcasting places. So if you cannot watch, you can definitely listen. And just really appreciate you guys. We just hit a milestone, 880 followers on YouTube, and we're so close to that 900. I think we're gonna rip through that this month. We get to that 1,000. We're gonna do a live stream giveaway. Give away something. You want to give away something? We hit that 1,000.
Yeah, let's give away something. And Shizzy still has to eat his 1 chip challenge, guys.
I will.
I'm not gonna let him forget that. And y'all aren't gonna let him forget that. because we want him to go. We want him to eat it right before we do a show live, so he has to suffer throughout the whole thing.
I'm gonna do it right when we get to like 990. We'll just do a live stream, and I'll just eat it. I'll eat it till we get 1,000. I'll cry when we get to 1,000. It's been a grind of a year, man. I mean, especially we really started in July. But we've been podcasting before that, but we really didn't get into our niche of Ordinal Revolution until July. But it's been quite a ride.
It's been a blast, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just been so amazing, and I just want to thank everybody, our audience, our community, the Ordinals community, the Spaces community that we host on Saturday mornings, the builders. Thank you for giving me like this experience, and I'm sure Shizzy feels the same way. So we thank you guys. We truly do. We're just two regular guys, that are passionate about Bitcoin and Ordinals, and we want to share that with you guys.
Yep. And shout out everyone who comments. I just want to shout out Varying Viewpoint. The guy, every single episode he's in there. Great show, guys. Shout out KT Investor. Shout out Rocket. Shout out everyone who's been there from the beginning. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Obviously Kimmy and everyone else too. But we appreciate every single listen, every single follow. Love you guys. Peace.